everyone. This is HBCU Game Day, and I am Simone Stanley here today, joined by former LaTech quarterback turned Alcorn State University Brave, Aaron Allen. Aaron, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Of course, and I'm excited to have you. So, first of all, Aaron, let's talk about your football journey. At what point did you know that your career at LaTech could be coming to a close?
Recently after this season, I kind of sit down and talk with the new coaching staff, and I just decided that it would be best for me to graduate transfer with me graduating in February, and just seeing where I can land and get a better opportunity.
Of course. So the coaching staff changed, and that kind of changed your outlook, and also you graduating as well.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so what was your experience like at LaTech? I saw your highlights on Twitter. You was throwing some dimes. You got a quick trigger on you. So what was your experience like playing for LaTech and also playing in that conference?
Conference USA is real competitive, so I had fun, especially whenever we play like LSU, Mississippi State. So it was a great competition, and it was a great brotherhood between everybody on the team. I had a good time, but I just felt like it was just a step in my journey, and it was time to move on.
So what do you think your biggest on-field lesson was at LaTech?
I'd say my biggest lesson would be the bowl game that we had in New Orleans, and just not seeing too much on the field and just focusing on one thing at a time. That'd be my biggest lesson.
And why is that? Like, what made that the biggest lesson for you? Was that something you were struggling with earlier?
No, just going into bigger games or really any game, if you try and focus on too many things at once, it'll cloud your vision. So I know going into a game, you gotta always be calm and just stay focused on your main goal, and don't let nothing distract you.
For sure. We like a quarterback with clear vision. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you gotta have a clear head all the time. So that's what makes great quarterbacks great.
So what was your transfer portal experience like?
My transfer portal experience, it was slow at first. I got in the portal right in the time. It's like over 1,000 people in the portal. So things started off kind of slow, but once I put my tape out there, Houston Baptist offered me, Alcorn State, obviously. I talked to McNeese State, Alabama State, Arkansas State, and Prairie View A&M. So it was really out of those schools, and I just felt like Alcorn was the best fit after taking my visit this weekend.
So you took one visit this weekend, you already committed. What was jumping out at you on campus that got you to commit so quick?
I really just like the brotherhood and the fact that I could be around the legend Coach McNair and Coach Gray. As y'all know, they both play in the NFL, so I feel like that'd be great for my development and me getting to the next level. So I just feel like that'd be the best situation for me.
So do you know anyone already on the team? I saw on Twitter some of the wide receivers were like, come to Alcorn. Was that some people that you knew, or they just respected the talent that they saw?
No, I mean, I didn't know them before, but as soon as Alcorn offered, CJ Bowler hit me up, Monterio Hunt, and Malcolm McGee. So those are some of like their star players that hit me up like, hey, we need a trigger guy. We want you. So that kind of just having that want of, what I'm saying, your teammates wanting you to be there. That's big. And the alumni, they were also big on Aaron. So I had to go see it for myself.
Definitely. Like I said, I saw your highlights. You definitely got the trigger on you. So being an upperclassman, how do you think you'll be able to have an instant impact on the Alcorn Braves football program?
I definitely say my leadership. I'm not a guy that's gonna talk too much. I'm gonna lead by example. So I definitely would say like my business mindset is gonna help lead the Braves to another championship. So I feel like that's gonna be, especially at the quarterback position. You need somebody that's gonna lead on and off the field, and I feel like I definitely can do that.
So you have 2 years of eligibility left. So are you expected to come in and start right away, or are you going to come in and compete like at training camp and during this off season?
Nah, it's gonna be a competition. Actually, what was so great about the situation, I actually can dual enroll here this week, coming in January, but Tech is on the quarter system, so I don't graduate until February. However, with me being able to dual enroll, as soon as I graduate in February, I'll be able to do spring ball, and I feel like that was vital for me to be able to actually compete and you know what I'm saying, have a good chance going into fall camp. I didn't want to be one of those guys that got there late and they just threw in there. So I feel like it was important for my development so that I can earn a starting job.
That's awesome. So coming into Alcorn State, obviously, Felix Harper, their former starting quarterback, is moving on. He's declared for the 2022 NFL draft. Felix was a fan favorite for the Braves. He broke a lot of Alcorn records, SWAC records. Do you feel like those are big shoes coming in trying to fill, or do you think it's a new era in the SWAC and it's a new era in Alcorn and Aaron has something to say?
No, I definitely say it's big shoes to fill. Coach Manier did a great job. He's had a lot of great quarterbacks come through the program, so I'm really honored to be the next one to be able to get the opportunity to do that.
I love that answer. It's QBU, you know what I'm saying? System.
Exactly, like literally. So I'm excited.
You'll be able to benefit from that same system.
Yes, exactly.
So when you talk about competing this fall and this spring with your eligibility, what do you think are your biggest strengths that are going to shine this offseason and once we get to fall?
I definitely say my instincts in the pocket. I keep my eyes downfield. I have a very good feel of where the rushers are, but at the same time, I keep my eyes downfield. So I'm not just an all-out runner, but at the same time, I will run if it's open and I need to. But I definitely say my dual threat ability to extend plays and my arm strength.
Okay, like I said, I saw all this on film. The film is out there. So what do you think is underrated about your game right now? What part of your game do you think is not getting enough respect?
I would say this isn't something that you can kind of like just overall see, but I would say like my knowledge of the game. I feel like this past year, I did a lot better job of seeing coverage and checking us out of like dangerous protections whenever they overload the box, or if we run it to one side and they overload it to that side. So I say my knowledge and me recognizing what the defense is giving me and either changing it or knowing what my hot read is. So I definitely say that's something that's underrated.
The football IQ.
Yeah, football IQ.
So what are you working on the most right now this off season, preparing for August and September?
Right now, the main two things I'm focusing on are getting my speed up and working on my deep ball. Those are the two biggest things I want to improve going into this season. I feel like those are two parts of my game that I can really elevate, and that's going to help me get to the next level.
Okay, so we're going to be looking out for that, of course. So you are now going to be playing in the SWAC. You're going to be playing HBCU football. What are you excited about the most for Black college football?
Really just the culture, going to Alcorn, I heard after the game, you know what I'm saying, guys go to the tailgate, you get plates, but coming from PWI, you don't really, you know what I'm saying, you don't get that usually just and go see your family. So I definitely just say the traditions, the culture, and just the family and being a part of a HBCU.
The post-game meal, that's all you had to say.
Yeah.
So what game are you looking forward to the most? What team are you looking forward to playing the most? Anything you got circled on your schedule for next season?
Yeah, most definitely. Whenever we play Prairie View, I know a lot of people on the team, especially, growing up in Houston. So I know a lot of their players. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And obviously Dion's doing a great job. So I'm definitely looking forward to playing Jackson State.
A lot of great matchups. Definitely the SWAC is heating up right now. Now is the right time to be transferring to the SWAC.
Exactly. It's a great competition. Like I say, the SWAC, almost a Power 5. It's going to be a Power 5 soon. So it's great to be a part of it.
Definitely. So lastly, I have to ask you, you have any NFL comparisons, or are there any guys in the pros like you grew up modeling your play style after or really enjoy watching right now?
I kind of like take parts of my game from various different players. But one person I really watched a lot coming up was Deshaun Watson and Kyler Murray. Those are two guys that I kind of try and mimic my game after. They're great players. So.
Okay. Now, I know I said that was last, but I've gotten some requests in the comments section before about asking you guys, what are you majoring in? And if you have any off the field football passions or goals.
Yeah, so right now I'm gonna get my degree in business management, and I'm at Alcorn. I'm gonna get my MBA. So that's my goal. I had 2 years left, so why not? You know what I'm saying? Get my master's. So that's my main goal. And then off the field, I started my own clothing brand called Get Active, Active Authentic Apparel. And so off the field, I kind of just work on that. I'm real. I have an entrepreneur-like mindset, so I'm always looking for ways to hustle and make money outside of football, whether that's selling T-shirts, getting rid of old shoes.
That's awesome. You got to have other passions to keep your mind at ease, especially at the quarterback position. You need to have some outlets and escapes.
Yeah. As I got older, I learned that it's important to have a good balance between football, school, and off the field. So that always helped me.
That's awesome. Well, Aaron, this was great. We're, of course, going to be looking out for what you do at Alcorn. We're going to be rooting for you this offseason and your next 2 years in the SWAC.
Thank you. Go Braves. I'll see y'all in the championship.